Fat and happy. All right, well, that's what I've settled on. I'm at this fabulous resort here in Cancun, and we are going to talk about being fat and happy and doing your goals even though you're not at the weight you want to be. I can't wait for my life to begin because of my weight. I've been in the hospital for 5 days. Oh, that wasn't good. And that was a complete setback, and why I gained all this weight back. I can't believe it. I'm always thinking that people don't like me because I'm fat. And as soon as I get thin, everything's gonna be great. Oh, we're gonna get all into it. Hi, this is Rick. Welcome to Lose It with Rick. Well, like I said, here I am in Cancun, and this is just a fantastic resort. I highly recommend it. I don't recommend it during COVID though, because we have to wear a mask most of the places. Also, I hit over 200 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So when you're in an all-inclusive resort, you get to eat and drink as much as you want. Alcohol, they're getting ready for me. They're getting ready. So we're here for 8 days, and this is a beautiful resort. You kind of forget about reality, you forget about your diet plan, you forget about everything. Also, let me say, all you can eat, it's true. And the first couple of days, I didn't find the snack bar. Later, I found the snack bar. I really give up when I'm on vacation. As far as exercise, we do walk a lot. We walk around the resort a lot. And then also, we went to Tulum, which is like, these Mayan ruins. It was hotter than balls. It was insanely hot. I think I lost a lot of weight that day. But then we went to this place called Shalhala, which is like, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It's like scuba diving and kind of like a river, and you just kind of paddle. I was paddling the whole time, so I totally got my exercise in there. I wanted to do a travel channel. I wanted to do my tech channel. I didn't want to start the travel channel for sure until I lost weight. Well, this thing with the hospital happened and I gained weight. And okay, so being in the hospital is a major setback. I could not get enough breath in my lungs, and it was really, really hampering my workouts. Okay, the part about the hospital is very long and boring, but I'll save it to the end, and if you want to watch it, you can hear the entire story at the end of the show. Because in a lot of my travels, I am fat, I am very overweight, and I wanted to kind of show a contrast that yes, I was fat, but now I'm skinny. Well, that's not happening, and I can't wait for my weight. That's a good thing. I can't wait for my weight. I can't wait for my life to begin because of my weight. I've been doing my tech channel, and that one actually really took off. But it took off when I was like at my worst, like my fattest, and I did this horrible video where I was in the car and my neck is hanging out and everything. It was really disgusting. But that video did really, really well. And I was like, I'm always thinking that people don't like me because I'm fat. And as soon as I get thin, everything's gonna be great. Well, I went ahead and just put that video out, and it did really, really well. And then I did another video that is my best video ever. I got over 8,000 views. I can't believe it. I mean, it was just one of those things where it was like, oh, well, maybe I can be fat and happy and not worrying about trying to achieve a perfect weight in order to start my dreams or to start my goals or to start whatever. And same with you, whatever project you're trying to do or you want to do, maybe you are waiting until you lose the weight, or you're waiting to have the perfect body when, it just might not come. As you can see, it's a red flag day, and they're just really trying to make the best of things. And that's how I feel like I'm doing with my life. I'm just trying to make the best of things when I'm not perfect. Is that nobody else cares. I'm the only one who cares. Now, my health is another thing. I've really got to, they put me on cholesterol medicine. Even though my cholesterol wasn't that high, it was like at 140 or something, but the doctor put me on this cholesterol medicine. I'm not gonna stress about the weight and everything. I think it's really a mental thing for me. I really think I need to do some web therapy, and I think that's my next step. There's a lot of times when I'm eating something and I know I'm not hungry at all, but I know it's making me feel better, or I think it's making me feel better when it's really not making me feel better. There's something to be said about just being happy, because when I don't have to have an exercise regimen and when I just can eat whatever I want, I feel happier, but I am overdoing it. So I brought tennis shoes just so I could work out in the workout room. But guess what? I haven't even put on my tennis shoes once. I am still rocking these sandals. Okay, do you want to hear the full story of my incarceration in the hospital? Is basically what I think it is. Okay, so I was having shortness of breath, and it was really terrible. I was like, and I couldn't figure it out. And I couldn't run on the treadmill as, I get shortness of breath and everything. So I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I'm like, well, shortness of breath, aches in my muscles. It must be COVID. I'm fully vaccinated, but it must be COVID. So I go and get a test at Walgreens, and it comes back negative. I'm like, oh, well, if it's not that, well, let me call, I have healthcare, and you can call the nurse just to see, what's up. So I call the nurse. I'm like, oh, I'm experiencing shortness of breath, and I don't know what it is, and it's not COVID, and, what should I do? And she goes, oh, my God, go to the hospital right now. Go to the hospital right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I think I'll just get an appointment with my doctor, because I know the emergency. Oh, she wanted me to go to the emergency room, which is like astronomical. And I had just finished paying off this stupid bill when I had to go to the emergency room before, and it was like $5,000 to over $5,000. It was ridiculous, and I had to pay this. And I just had finished paying this off after like a year and a half or 2 years, and so I'm like, I'm not going to the emergency room. No way. So I set an appointment for my doctor. Go to the doctor, and the doctor, of course, is busy. So I get the assistant, which is still, good enough. She does some tests, and she's like, oh my gosh, shortness of breath? Get to the emergency room right now. We'll call you in. I'm like, really? Can't we just do the blood work here or what? They were worried that it was a heart attack. And remember, I told you I had gynecomastia surgery, breast reduction surgery, man boob surgery. And they're like, oh my gosh, it could be, after surgery, sometimes it could be a pulmonary aneurysm or whatever. It could be a little clot in your lung. And it's very serious. Or it could be a heart attack, beginnings of a heart attack, any of these things, shortness of breath, if it's not COVID. So they're like, get to the emergency room. They are very, very worried. So I go to the emergency room, and they're like, we're going to call you in so you can just get into the hospital. I'm still not thinking it's necessary. But anyway, I'm like, fine. So I go there, and I'm like, yeah, my doctor called me in. He's like, nobody called you in. What are you talking about? Sit and wait. I waited for 7 hours. And now during that time, they took an x-ray of my chest, and they did do some blood work. But basically, I waited for 7 hours. I'm just sitting there alone for 7 hours going, what the hell am I doing here? It's going to cost a lot of money, I know. Once they found out that it wasn't anything super serious, they're like, there is something right here on your sternum. At first they said, they kept me overnight, and in the x-ray they found something like a lump or something like, and this intern kind of doctor, whatever, the overnight doctor who's just like an intern, he's not really a doctor, but he's like, yeah, I think it's probably cancer, and sorry, lung cancer. I'm like, what? Huh? I'm just like, I didn't believe him. So I went back to sleep. And then the next day, they're like, we need to take a biopsy of this. We're not sure what it is, but we can't do the biopsy until Monday. So I went in on Thursday, and I didn't actually get admitted until Friday after 12 midnight. So Saturday, we did a culinary thing. They did heart stuff. They took all the scan of my heart and stuff, and it was a big deal, and they did a heart test, a chemical heart test, and all this stuff. And basically what they found was that there is something here, but it wasn't in my lungs, it was on my sternum. And I guess this is apparently kind of common. It could have been cancerous. Anyway, we waited until Monday, did the biopsy, and everything was fine, and then I could go home. Anyway, so that's why I was in the hospital. I got out of the hospital. They still didn't know why I was short of breath. I was still short of breath for several weeks afterwards. I think I'm okay now, but when I run on the treadmill, I wasn't able to get full capacity of my lungs. But now I finally do it. I have no idea what it is. I don't know if it was a infection or what, but I kind of think that most of it is just that I'm really just out of shape, and I just really got to get back in shape. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to this channel, and check out VidTech with Rick or Travel Cruisers for some more entertainment from Rick. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully you'll see less of me in the next one, because I will have dropped a lot of weight. That's the goal. But you know what? To be happy, that's not my ultimate goal. I'm happy now.